Konnichiwa. In this video, we're going to learn how to use location nouns in Japanese to talk about the location of something in reference to something else. So what do I mean by that? First, let's look at an example. So let's say we have Tanaka-san and Smith-san, and they've decided that they're going to go out to eat together. And Smith-san wants to recommend that they meet at the restaurant. So she says, レストランで会いましょうか? And that's perfectly fine. But what if Smith-san wanted to be a little bit more precise, right? Not just at the restaurant, but, oh, why don't we meet in front of the restaurant? This would be in Japanese. We put in a location noun here. レストランの前で会いましょうか? Here, 前 is our location noun. It means in front of. So the area, literally the area in front of, the space in front of. So the restaurant's front space is literally what we're saying, but in front of the restaurant. レストランの前で会いましょうか? And then Tanaka-san, thinking, ooh, it's kind of cold out right now. I'm not sure I want to meet outside. Could say back, すみません。レストランの前はちょっと。レストランの中はどうですか? And use a different location noun. 中, which is inside. So the restaurant's inside or inside the restaurant. How about that? This is how you can use location nouns. And here we're giving the location of the meeting with respect to some other noun, the restaurant in this case. So that is our reference noun. So we use reference noun, no location noun, to give a location in reference to that noun. Now, what are our location nouns? Let's go through them quickly. So first we have ue and shita, which are above. Ue can be either above or on top of in Japanese, anywhere above, whether it's resting on it or just above it. The same location noun is used in Japanese. Shita is below or under. Next we have in front of, behind. Mae, ushiro. To the left, to the right. Hidari, migi. Inside, outside. Naka, soto. Next we have two words that both mean next to, but they're used in slightly different ways. So for instance, we have two houses next to each other. This would be tonari. So tonari is used when two things of the same type are next to each other, and particularly like things like houses or buildings or people. We would use tonari. So you can think of it as kind of neighboring each other. If things are of a different type though, so for instance, we have a house and a post box, it wouldn't be right to say tonari. Instead, we'd say yoko, which also means next to. It just doesn't have any of the restrictions that tonari has. It can be used when any two things are next to each other, whether alike or not. Next, we have nearby, near something. So this is chikaku. And then finally, we have between. So we have a mailbox in between two houses. This is aida. So these location nouns, they refer to certain spaces in relation to something else. So ue is the space above something, shita is the space below something. When we combine them with a referent noun, no location noun, then it becomes in front, above, below, in front of, behind, etc. So we use this structure, reference noun, no location noun, to talk about the location of something in reference to something else. So for instance, inside the bag, right? Our reference noun is the bag. And then the location word is inside. So this would be kaban no naka, right? So notice that this is the opposite of the order that we would normally have in English. Inside, we have our location preposition first, and then we have the noun, the bag. But in Japanese, switch that. So give our reference noun no location word, kaban no naka. Now, once we have this structure, what do we do with it? So we can use this reference noun no location word in any position that a noun phrase would normally be used for a location, right? So let's look at some examples of that. For instance, I study at the library. 私は図書館で勉強します. Right? So here our location is just 図書館. But we could also use a reference noun, no location word, in this exact same position. So I study outside, under a tree, right? So in this case, our location would be 私は木の下で勉強します. Our reference noun, ki, the tree, and then no, shita, underneath, and then particle de. This is still our place of action, so we still mark it with de. Ki no shita de benkyou shimasu. How about this? Yokohama wa Nihon no machi desu. So Yokohama is a city in Japan, right? So this is our location word, Nihon. Japan. And it's a noun that is modifying another noun, machi. So, Nihon no machi. Right? We could also say Yokohama is a city near Tokyo. So we can use this structure before machi again. So they're right next to each other. Yokohama wa Tokyo no chikaku no machi desu. Right? So this is Tokyo is our reference noun, no chikaku, nearby. And then, since this is still a big noun phrase and we're modifying a noun, no machi. Tokyo no chikaku no machi desu. Right? Also, we could have, for instance, we have A and B talking. A wants to ask, どこで会いましょうか? Where should we meet? And B says, レストランはどうですか? How about the restaurant? Now again, we might want to say, how about in front of the restaurant? We can use this reference noun, no location word, in this position as well. レストランの前はどうですか? So still we keep the same particle. This is still our topic, レストランの前. And we're asking how about it, right? So one final combination we can have is we can use these location words along with existence sentences, which we've also learned about in this lesson. So, 部屋に猫がいます. There's a cat in the room. 部屋に猫がいます. We can also use a location word phrase as our place here, replacing 部屋. So if we want to say, there's a cat on the desk, we would say, 机の上に猫がいます. 机の上に猫がいます. So this can be our place as well. So really anywhere you might use a location, you can put in that reference noun, no location word. It's fine. Now, how about this sentence? 猫の下に机があります. So this is a grammatical sentence, but it's weird. This is literally, there is a desk under the cat, right? And that's weird in English too. So it's not grammatically wrong, but you wouldn't say it. So you want to make sure you're choosing the right reference noun. And really, you can use your intuition from your own native language. It's weird to say the desk is under the cat. What you mean is the cat is on the desk. So you want to say it the same way you would say it in your native language and not use a strange reference noun and make a kind of weird sentence. So just as long as you're cognizant of the same limitations that exist in your native language, you should be fine in using this construction as well. Okay, so now we know how to use location nouns in combination with reference nouns to talk about the locations of things in reference to something else. So that's all for this video. Until next time, じゃあまた.